Hey everybody, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff.
I'm Baka.
Oak is sick today. You
yeah,
can tell.
I was really debating whether to just go, I'm death formed over.
Oak Tree. He's got the plague a little bit.
Yeah.
A little plague, you know.
Yeah, it weakened on its way to him from me.
Buck is sending out plagues. Check your mail, everybody.
Check your mail. No,
or don't, you know, whatever. I'm just kidding. Please don't. That's like a federal offense to send crazy shit through the mail. Okay,
yeah,
he
don't
didn't
do
send
that.
anything. I was kidding, everybody.
No,
Calm
he
down.
do not condone
he just breathed my
mailing.
direction and the wind blew. You know, that's what I
Oh, what's everybody been up to
800
this
miles
week?
later, it's here.
Yeah, right? That's why it's weekend, you know.
I didn't play a whole lot. I played,
Is it because you had the plague?
yeah, part of it was. Titanfall 2, played some of that. Played a little bit of Ark, and then mainly played Darksiders, the War Master Edition, because I got it free, because I had it on PC already. It's very pretty. Impressed with it. I think I'm finally to the part that I left at last time, which wasn't that far in the game before. But I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm paying more attention than I did when I was on the PS3, mainly because I think my daughter was like two and a half at the time, and so I was paying more attention to her than what was going on the screen. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I want to get through this and then get to the second one. Because I've got the Definitive Edition as well.
They all have to have ridiculous names.
War Master,
right?
Definitive.
Like, if they do a Darksiders 3, how are they going to top these things?
Well,
I mean,
it'll just be
really.
Darksiders 3 because it's not a remastered edition at all.
Yeah, but they'd have to give it a subtitle now.
Not
like, you
now.
just got to keep going
Maybe
with
after
it.
they remaster it a long time ago, and it depends on
Who's the next one supposed to be?
I honestly, no idea.
I think they wanted it to... Shit. Fury? Maybe?
Fury or Strife, those are the only
It's
two
Death
left.
War.
No, it's different.
Fury was the oddball one. Because it's
Strife.
normally Pestilence and Famine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so
Strife
they
and
swapped
Fury
them
in
to-
this one.
Yep.
So
Well, we'll see if that ever freaking happens. But I'm glad that you are enjoying it. I'm paying attention this time.
yeah, it's good. It's good. I actually figured out that Mark Hamill was one of the voice actors.
He's in like
Last time I
everything.
didn't pay attention to that. You know, no big deal. Basically, he does the Joker voice, which makes me happy. So, you know, anytime you can do the Joker voice, that makes me happy. But,
I really wish he was still doing the voice for that character.
I know. But I mean, eventually you gotta stop, right? Like,
No.
eventually it has to be
No.
somebody else.
Only when you're dead.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Replace me after I'm dead. That's what I say.
Well, it's
Correct.
2016. Let's not, encourage anything to happen.
Oh god, it's still 2016. We have another
Yes,
like
you
I
still
mean,
have
we've got
like a
Star
month.
Wars movies to finish out, so yeah. Okay, let's not encourage anything.
Yes. Best leave that alone. What'd you guys play? Chicken and Baka?
I just played a little WoW. We got Neverwinter
WoW.
Nights for free. We're gonna try that
Well,
out.
Starbound. Other than that, I have been reading the rulebook for Blood Bowl and painting Blood Bowl figures.
That you gave your Blood Bowl people punny names, and I have to hate you for that. I just
I
have
think
to.
I
That's
You
gave
can
two
go
of
ahead
them
and share
punny
them.
names.
They're it's great. Come on,
Two
now.
teams.
Go ahead.
The
What
New
are
Orcs and
they?
Aints and the Skedaddle Skaven.
God,
Skedaddle.
The
jeez.
skedaddle
So
thing.
funny.
God.
My Dark Elves are the Keebler Elves, so that makes you happy.
See, that's not a...
I mean, at least it's
That's
not
not
a pun.
name. But
Yeah.
It's I actually went through and I found a list of all the Keebler Elf names and started naming like all my team members after the Keebler Elves. So my quarterback dude is Ernie.
I didn't realize that they had a bunch of names. Like, I thought it's like Ernie is the big one, and then
He's the big one,
I don't
and then
know
all the
any-
little ones.
I'd
like
have
Papa
to find my list
Smurf
again.
and-
But yeah, they all have names.
oh,
I'm pretty sure you can find it online too. Just go Keebler.
Yeah,
Elf
that's
names.
actually where I found it online one time. Is
today I
then-
learned.
and
Tomorrow
then the
I will
human team
forget.
I'm going to paint up like the Alliance.
See, now that I can
So
get
the
behind.
blue
sure.
and yellow colorations and stuff like that. I'm probably going to go back and repaint my Dark Elves since I painted them a long time ago when I really sucked at painting. We'll have to do like a before and after kind of a picture of it, but first I got to paint the orcs.
The Orkland Aints.
Yeah, I'm going to do orcs, humans, and then Skaven. I went ahead and put the Skaven models together so that way, I can get someone to play with. I can go, okay, cool, these are the teams we can use. The only thing I'm disappointed in is the fact that I cannot use my undead team because there are no rules for them yet.
I'm 1,000 miles away if you wanna come play.
I am mighty tempted because I am not a football fan. I don't watch football. I don't do the college football. None of that. But for some reason, a buddy of mine years ago introduced me to Blood Bowl and was like, "Here, try this out." So we sat in up until like 3 a.m. inside of a Whataburger, and played Blood Bowl.
Which is like undead or fantasy football of some sort.
Yeah, it's basically Blood Bowl. Basically, what is you take the fantasy world of Warhammer with the orcs, the dwarves, the elves, the chaos, the Skaven, all those crazy races, and you put them on a field and you play football with them. The difference is, of course, you can actually football people do get injured. Certain teams are designed specifically to injure the other players. Like, my undead team can't score for anything. The only way one of my mummies can have a ball is if one of my other players runs up to him and physically hands him the ball. Because his agility score is so low and he is so stupid that that's the only way he can have the ball. But
that sounds like there's a lot of math and stuff involved, and
it's just dice rolling for
RNG. Everything is RNG based in the board game world.
Yeah. But the mummies, the reason why I can only have, I think, 2 of them on a team is because when they hit you, it's going to hurt. They have been known to outright kill other players, which you can do in this game. And the neat thing that I liked about the undead is, like, say, if I go and I kill a player on the other team, and we're doing a big tournament where you can upgrade your players and they can earn experience points and things like that, I can bring him back on my team as a zombie. And he now becomes my player.
Do you play the video game version of this at all?
I played the first one, and I did not like it. And I know a lot of people didn't care for it because of how it seemed to work. Like, the computer cheated really, really bad. Like, I couldn't do anything more than shove a player off into another square. And they're like, oh, look, even though you're twice my strength and everything, I just punched you once and killed you. That doesn't make sense.
It does if you're the
second
computer.
One, from what I'm looking at reviews, seems to be a lot more balanced and a lot better. And my Blood Bowl game came with a 25% off coupon I can use, so I may grab that at some point soon.
I had the second one, and I played a little bit. I didn't know what to expect at all. I had no idea it did anything about it. I just knew it was football based and it looked funny. So I had the second one, and I played through a couple games or whatever. It takes a little bit to get used to because of the format that it is in, but it seems fun. So
yeah, like I said, I don't care for football, but for some reason I enjoyed it. I basically got my undead team, which was the first one that I got to beat the shit out of people and make them go, okay, I don't want to play with you anymore. Because in games I tend to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
He's a fan of cheese, and for you folks that know that term, yes, it's exactly that.
I mean, hell, even in Magic I do that crap.
Well,
like,
you know what you need to start doing then? You need to wear like a little cheese foam hat to everything you go to. Be like, oh shit, it's him! Don't
just wear
fight
my
him.
wizard hat.
They put a like little cheese thing on the top, on the very top of it. Be like the cheese Santa.
But my
cheese
Dark
wizard.
Elf team is pretty much like an actual football team, so they run around and they dodge and score touchdowns and things like that. The whole point of the undead was just kill the other players or injure them to the point to where they can no longer fill the minimum amount, and then they have to forfeit the game. That's pretty much it, because their scoring capabilities suck.
well, I'm glad that you're having a lot of fun with that. I played a little Prison Architect, like not much of it, because I didn't expect there to be a story mode. So I started playing and it immediately throws you into the story mode, which is also part of the tutorial, and I'm like, wait a minute. I don't need to know the story about why this guy's going to the electric chair. I just want to build the electric chair and put him in it. Why are you telling me this? But apparently that's important for you to know your prisoners.
You didn't know why you're sending virtual Billy.
Nobody
there to his
told
death?
me. Like,
Who was going to tell you?
oh, played it, didn't you?
I played part of it, yeah.
Why didn't you tell me there was a story mode that I was gonna need? To
I thought you knew. I didn't know.
I didn't know. I thought it was just go build this prison. I was all ready to build like the best impenetrable prison that you could never break out of, and yeah, and it's like, hey, no, guess what? This guy killed his wife. You want to know why? Here's the story. You have to see this. It's like,
They sent it to the electric chair. Electric chair, robbed a store, electric chair, looked at the old lady wrong, electric chair.
It was weird. I wasn't ready for a story mode.
Electric chair.
Made money by donating blood, but he really had AIDS.
Electric chair.
God, I hope not.
Electric chair.
I'm like I started.
I
the
ran
second
across that in
scenario.
Watch Dogs. Remember?
Yeah.
The dude's like, "Oh look, I make money by donating blood. Also, my secret is I have AIDS."
Oh, did you
And
kill
then you
him?
hack their bank account and steal all of their money.
Steal all
And
their
kill
money
him.
and then kill them. People
Since
like
your
that.
moral choices don't matter in the first game. I don't know how it is for the second one. But
Regardless, I think that person, if you're that person and you are doing that, then if some guy in a big trench coat comes up and hacks all your money and then kills you, it's your fault.
all right. Well, you guys want to jump into it? There's a lot of shit that happened this week between the Game Awards and the PlayStation Experience. Why do they have to be the same week?
I don't know.
Because.
Who made this decision? I knew it was one of you three.
Yeah, it was totally chicken. That was his fault.
Yeah,
I
my
knew
fault.
it.
I chose these
knew
days
it.
to do it.
All right, what do we want to talk about first? Because there's literally no shortage of things to talk about, and I imagine we will not get to everything. So, go. Throw in a topic.
All right.
Last of Us Part 2.
Do we want to do Kojima first?
You want to? Okay, okay. Let's save the Last of Us podcast because I do want to talk about that. We'll talk Kojima, sure.
Oh my
'Cause for the
God.
first, before we started the show today, we all at the same time kind of watched the video of Jeff Keighley presenting Hideo Kojima. Whatever.
Hideo.
Kojima.
Kojima
Hideo.
with the Industry
Hideo.
Icon Award. So it was basically 3 minutes of Jeff Keighley standing on stage giving a verbal blowjob. It was the most awkward thing that I think the four of us have sat through in a long time.
Yeah,
and,
it was.
And Kojima didn't look much more comfortable during the event.
The people in the crowd didn't. They were like these guys in like flannel shirts, looked like they were straight out of the 1990s, but with like I don't know, hipster haircuts. And they're sitting in like the front, and they're all just kind of looking at each other, and they're like,
What do we
"What the
do?
hell is going on right now?" It's like I didn't know I signed up for softcore porn. What the hell?
That's really what it felt like. It was so uncomfortable watching Jeff Keighley gush about this man that's sitting in the audience, and every time the camera pans to him, he looks more and more uncomfortable with what's going on. And at one point, Jeff Keighley is talking about how he tried to get the award for Metal Gear Solid to Kojima since he couldn't be there to accept it last year, which Jeff Keighley labeled a tragedy. But he was
My
like,
heart.
I tried to, get the address so I could send it to him to their new studio, but I couldn't get the address. So then I called him up and offered to drive it down to them, like, in person. And they, declined that. And he's such a magnanimous man that I finally found out that he didn't want to accept it because he said he couldn't have that blood on his hands. Like, no, Jeff, you were being a stalker about it. They already said no once and wouldn't give you their address. And then they said no again because you were going to show up in person. Just no.
He couldn't have the blood on his hands. I wonder if that means he was going to kill the motherfucker.
I mean, really?
No, I can't have the blood on my hands. If you come to my house, I'm going to shoot you.
This is not a safe relationship that Kojima is in right now with Jeff Keighley.
Right?
Like, it's not. It's not. It's.
Kojima's
He's
like, I
I'm
didn't
proud
know there
to call
was a
this man my
relationship.
friend. Yeah, he's like, I'm proud to call this man my friend, and it cuts to Kojima in the audience, and Kojima's like, what?
Me? I'm your
Like-
friend?
Your friend?
What?
It's like, when did that
We're
happen?
friends?
He's like,
Did
when
I
I was
sign
outside your
something?
window taking those pictures of you, I felt so close to you. It's
And by friend, I mean I've met you a few times at award shows.
So weird. And I mean, it's fine if the reality of the situation is that Kojima and Keighley are like besties, and this is all just like coming across very differently than their real relationship is, but it came across very strangely. Very strangely. And then, of course, you've got all the people that are big Kojima worshippers, and they're like, oh my god, I got choked up, I cried, this is so beautiful. It's beautiful for a stalker to give somebody that they're stalking an award. That's weird. It's not beautiful, it's weird, everybody.
It is very
Weird.
weird. That is not something that is common. I love you. Have an award. I couldn't give you my last award, so take my award now.
The whole time, too, that Kojima's giving his acceptance speech, Jeff Keighley's standing off to the side like a freaking proud parent over there, like,
Clapping.
blotting the tears and junk. Yeah, I'm so proud of you.
It's so
You're such
nice.
an honor student.
No, he is not an honor student. He is and I'm going to quote this, a special snowflake, because there's a lot that is special about Kojima and
Yes.
his ideas. I mean,
Well, go ahead.
I can't. Watching the trailers for it, everybody else is like fangirling and
Are you talking
falling.
about Death Stranding?
Yeah, Death Stranding. Everybody's fangirling and screaming and clapping, and like I've got to be like the only person in the audience standing there going, "Is there something that I
You're not
missed?"
the only one. You're not the only one. It's weird. What Chicken's talking about is Kojima brought a second trailer for Death Stranding to the Game Awards this weekend. So on top of the first trailer that we got with Norman Reedus, we now have a trailer with Del Toro as the main character, and it was weird.
Why
like,
were
that's
people
just-
clapping? Why?
Because everybody is so excited to see it. Okay, first of all, it's
What's
Kojima's
there
first.
to see?
It's his first production outside of Konami.
Okay.
They're not getting PT. Everybody wanted it. This is like spiritual successor territory, which I don't think
No,
it is. Everybody
Resident Evil 7 is a spiritual successor to PT. It's they even got the fucking developer from PT to do Resident Evil 7.
Well, everybody's gonna make a big deal about it because it's Kojima. Like that man can do no wrong, and this game will prove whether or not people are gonna forgive his trespasses or not, because the game is either going to be mind-blowingly good and everybody will continue to worship the ground that he walks on, or it's going to be garbage and people will fall into two camps: the people who acknowledge that it's garbage and the people who will defend it because it's Kojima.
There are people who no. I think if it's garbage, it's gonna be the greatest game ever, and if it's the greatest game ever, it's gonna be the greatest game ever, and everyone's gonna rub it in your face. Like that's the only way that I foresee this happening. The people who are skeptical right now are going to be like the minority in this area. They're going to be like, oh, this game was mediocre. Then you will be thrashed upon by the fucking Kojima
Rabid fan
fanboys.
people.
They will tear you apart if you say anything bad about their Lord and Savior Kojima.
Well, the thing is, this is trailer number 2,
Have
all
I
right?
told you about our Lord and Savior Kojima?
No, I'm Lord and Savior Gaben. We need to fight between the Titans.
No. But we're on to trailer number 2. The game has no release date yet, so we're expecting like late next year at the earliest. But there's been like watching the 2 trailers, you have no idea what this game is about, what the gameplay will be like. Nothing. Literally nothing. It's like, okay, first one, bunch
Baby
of dead
stalkers and dead whales.
I know there's
That's all we
skeletons.
know.
There's
dead
skeletons.
whales, a baby that disappears, Norman Reedus with no clothes on, and 5 people that show up at the end of the trailer. Okay,
As
this
skeletons.
Which one of them looks like a young Hannibal?
It's Mads Mikkelsen. Yes, it's Hannibal from TV. Yes, that's who it is.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
There you
yeah,
go.
That explains that.
Yeah. Trailer number 2 features.
Yeah,
Del
when
Toro's
I watched the
character.
trailer, it's like, that looks like the dude who played Hannibal.
It is.
Yeah, okay, it is.
That's why it looks like him.
That would be why.
But yeah, it's like and if you watch the trailers side by side, apparently there's some things that line up, like the baby in the little canister in the new one. It wakes up in the canister at the same time that it disappears from the Norman Reedus trailer, and the 5 people that show up at the end of the Norman Reedus trailer show up at the same time as Mads Mikkelsen and his 4 skeleton buddies that he detaches from little tethers in his belt or some
I
shit.
want Skelly Bros. Like if I could become like Hannibal Skeleton God, dude, I'll be down to fucking try it out.
He's a necromancer. That's all he is. Like a modern day necromancer.
All right, I can get behind that. I want to be a modern day necromancer.
There's like no shortage of people theorizing and speculating on what this game's gonna be, but we have literally like nothing to go on in those 2 trailers. What's it gonna be about? What kind of game
Skeletons?
is it? Is it a shooter? Is it a stealth thingy? Is it like a walking simulator with story
Walking-
elements that you have to pick up? Like I don't know what to expect.
They're gonna show
There was
one more
even an
trailer and then
analysis
release the
trailer
game.
for the new one, and it didn't tell me anything. Like you failed at your job.
You know what needs to happen now? Valve needs to release Half-Life 3 the same day that he releases Death Stranding.
We'll see who wins.
Oh, come on. It doesn't matter if Kojima released 1,000 versions of Death Stranding. If Half-Life 3 came out, it'd be like, Death Stranding what? Oh, that came out today?
Well, Death Stranding is
Oh,
only PlayStation
oh.
4, right?
I'm gonna go get
Yes.
Half-Life 3 instead.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive.
Yeah.
So-
So
I mean, that's speculative at the moment, but that's what it's looking like. Del Toro, after the reveal, tweeted "fuck Konami" and posted a link to the reveal trailer, and so there's still some weird stuff going on there, although that's not the first time that he's held a grudge. So I don't know, this is gonna be a weird thing to watch unfold outside of the fact that it's a weird game that nobody can really grasp yet.
Oh, apparently people can. We're the oddballs. We can't fucking.
No, what they're grasping is that it is a Kojima production. That is what they are excited about and why they are cheering.
Because I swear, I'm missing something. Like, there has to be, like, another movie
Because
of
you're not on
Kojima
the Kojima fan
explaining
express.
things or something. Maybe he's got a Patreon account where he gives people behind the scenes of what's going on and what the gameplay is like.
No.
Or something. There's got to be something out there that I just have completely missed.
No,
You're
you
not
didn't
you're not
miss
gonna
anything.
understand anything until the game comes out.
It's like having
much.
to
It's just
join
gonna be
the cult
constant,
before
weird
they
little-
teach you.
Well, and I think that's by design. I think Kojima is gonna try to keep everything super secretive and super, like, under the radar weird until people get their hands on the game. Because that's what happened with PT. It was like a stealth launch. There was no details about it. Fans are having to figure out all this shit by themselves. I think it's gonna be the same way. I think it's gonna be one of those things that you're gonna have to rely on the community to tell you what the fuck is going on.
You know what he's going to do? He's going to sell you a little bottle of drugs with every copy of the game so that you can make sense of it as you play it. And you have to buy extra, like, DL
Drug packs.
downloadable drug packs to make the
Yeah, but
game
no,
make
there's
sense.
gonna be those people that are gonna like overdose it and try to like play it through all in one sitting.
And then they have, like,
Do
an
you think-
epiphany, and then they basically go into the game. And, like,
Do you
the
think
new
this is one of
VR
those cases-
experience.
Exactly what this is out. Oh shit, I died.
maybe he
Cases of what?
maybe he went to took one of those trips to like Mexico or something and ate some peyote and
Yes, I
and
can
this-
definitely see Kojima hanging out in Mexico.
right. You never know. I mean, it's a complete possibility. I mean, there was a couple bands that did that back in the '70s. I could just see, him
There's
doing the
gotta
same
be
thing. It's like,
something.
yeah, I got my inspiration, man, from some peyote. It's go all right. It's cool.
He takes it, sits in a soundproof room, and just thinks to himself, I can hear myself breathing. Oh, God, I'm going to make
Well,
a
I mean,
game.
that's what Jeff Keighley said he did. He said after he left Konami, he locked himself in a room and sat and reflected on, like introspectively or some shit.
In, like, a
Do you
complete...
think he was like in a
Even though
yoga
crowds
pose?
like I did?
Do you think he had like his
No,
legs
he sat in a
crossed?
room and did a bunch of drugs.
Yeah, he definitely had to take something. And if not, then I want a brain scan of that man. I want to see what
And in
parts
this
of his
corner we
brain...
have weed, and in this corner we have cocaine, and in this corner we have amphetamines, and in this
They just
corner...
threw a bunch of drugs on the ground and locked Kojima in the room, or he locked himself in, and he just rolled around in it. So whatever he could absorb by any means possible, he was absorbed.
And then they take
But I
him
thought he
out and look at all
breathed
the
to
And
his-
stuff
then they
on
just
the
dropped
wall.
a bag of tacos.
That's
in
why
the
he
middle
rolled
of the
around
room.
on it naked, probably. There's something for you to think about for the rest of the day. Kojima's like rolling around on the drug floor. Yeah.
Swimming
That's
through
not
mountain
flour.
cocaine.
That's not flour.
Let it snow, let it snow.
Maybe he
God.
is a fucking gaming visionary, and I'm just the lowly peon that just can't understand his
Well, if
great
you had
vision.
money for the drugs that he does, you would know just as much as he does. There you go.
Well, I mean, the thing is now let's be fair. PT looks like it would have been fantastic.
yeah, it would have been a great
Yeah,
game,
there
and
was
I'm
a
super
direction
pissed
for
that it
that
was
game, though.
canceled.
This one is seriously like this part, this part, this part, this part, and this part have no sense at all. Let's put it all
But
together
that's
and
because
throw
we
it
don't know
at
anything
you.
else about it. Now, to be
Right.
fair, I will give it the benefit of doubt. PT looked amazing, and if this game can pull its shit together, like once it's launched, and we have a
But they took the guy who made the
Storyline.
PT. That's why whoever made these cinematics were like, let's put this together, see if it makes sense. It doesn't. Let's show everybody.
well, we'll
I
see.
mean-
We'll see how it goes from there.
If I'm wrong, fucking
let's
kudos
shift
to
gears
them.
because we could probably be we will probably be here forever. I'm gonna go ahead and swap it over. Let's talk about what Bach wanted to talk about, which is The Last of Us Part 2
Part 2.
was announced.
Yes!
Part 2.
I'm excited for that one.
I am excited, but I am also in the cautious camp because the end of the first game was so well done, and then to get a sequel of it, like, I don't want the story to be cliche, but I've already come up with like 2 possibilities of how it's going to play out. Ellie is our main character. We're 5 years later. She's 19 now, and apparently wants to kill a bunch of people. My guess is it's the Fireflies. I think she's upset because of what they did to her, or were going to do to her until Joel stopped it. I think that she's going to try to kill them all. And I think that Joel might die in the process, which is why he's not the player character.
That
Ellie
would be
is the player
cliche
character.
then. Passing
That
the
is what
torch.
I am worried about. I am worried.
Yes,
But I also have faith in that company.
Another possibility, though, as well, is the fact that it could be they've gone they go their separate ways at some point in the storyline in order to set up a third to where you play as both of them. Because as a player element, you've already played as Joel, and then you would play, well, you've played as both of them, but you play as Joel, and then you'll play as her mainly, and then you would play as both of them as a finale for the third one. It would not surprise me if they're doing the second one to set up a third.
Well, I'm also worried about, like, with Joel, in respect to Joel being the player character, you gotta look at his age, too, a little bit. I mean, I hate to be like, there's probably an age limit for this stuff, but he is getting older, and it's a zombie apocalypse. I mean, what you can do at 40 and what you can do at 50.
Is it like a fungal apocalypse?
A fungal, it turns people into zombie-like things.
They're mushrooms. It's basically a real version of Mario Brothers.
With
Zombie
weird faces
apocalypse.
that I want to pet. I need to know.
That would be hilarious. Da 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 da. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh my god.
Someone needs to Photoshop him in Mario clothes and running around the game.
Dear Lord, please no.
Ollie, can you do that? That'd be great. Appreciate it.
One of the things that I'm also worried about with this game is the first game rather had 2 directors. It was Neil Druckmann and Bruce Staley. Well, Staley's not coming back for this one. It's just going to be Druckmann. So I'm wondering, I can't help but wonder, because they had mentioned before that they were trepidatious about making a sequel and they wouldn't do it unless they thought it needed one. I can't help but wonder if he left because he didn't think it needed one and Druckmann did.
Which one of them, did both of them work on Uncharted 4 or just one of them?
Yes. Both of them worked on Uncharted.
They're a perfect team then. It's taking a team apart like that can seriously damage the life of a game, because having 2 directors lets you bounce ideas off, and whatever doesn't work, or until they can figure out something to agree on, that can change how the game is. And having one person have full creative control might harm the game more than it will help it.
See, I said I was worried. That's
So,
why. That's part of the reason why, is I am worried what it's going to be like to have half that direction not there anymore. Not to go, well, I don't like it like this, let's change it like this, or...
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that, and I understand your hang up with that, but I think that if this was a totally new director, like, I mean, Druckmann wasn't even involved in it at all,
Right.
like it was just one of those things that was being forced by Sony or something,
Then it would be bad.
then it would be bad. I'm gonna use Gears of War as an example here. You've got one of the original creators that helped do the new Gears of War game, and you all have been pretty satisfied with it.
Oh, love it.
Which, that was one of your big hang-ups. You were like, well, they had Judgment Day, but we don't even talk about this game, blah blah blah.
Yes.
Right? That was one of your hang-ups that was on there, and I said from the get-go, which was, yeah, but you've got one of the original people that understand the people that
Well, and that's
bought the
why
game
I
and
was
what
still
they
excited,
loved, right?
and I am still excited about The Last of Us. I'm just like, anytime you have that kind of change, you want to be cautiously excited about it, though.
Yeah, changing a masterpiece like that.
And see, here's the thing, too. I wasn't excited when they changed directors for Uncharted 4. Because if you remember, they had the original director for 1, 2, and 3. She was decided no longer to be part of the company.
Oh, Amy Hennig, she was one of the writers.
Mm-hmm. And she was gone, and so they rewrote Druckmann and, what was the other, Staley?
Yep.
Rewrote it, and wanted to go another direction with it from what she originally had planned out. And it turned out fantastic.
Because those two were really good together.
Mm-hmm. Well,
We'll
but it
see.
doesn't. But we don't know
we
how
will
much
see.
input each other has either.
Yeah, we will
That's-
see.
Druckmann
that's
could be
another
the
one,
main
is how
input
much-
guy, and the other guy's just sitting there going, "You probably don't want to do that." 'cause of this."
Well, to be fair, if you don't have that guy who's saying you probably don't want to do that, you're going to do things that...
But it doesn't mean he doesn't have somebody on his staff that's willing to do it if they're all working together that way. So it's always
true.
always
It's-
a possibility.
Yeah, so it's going to be one of those things we've got to wait and see how good it's going to be. Because it's probably going to be good.
True.
but is it going to be up to the masterpiece that the first one was?
I have hopes in it just because, honestly, it's Naughty Dog. They seem to do really good with all their games. Like, I mean, they don't... I mean, yeah, they do little franchises, but they don't push out a game every year.
Yep.
Yes, which
Well,
is very nice
They
for
take
a
their
company.
times with it.
They do a really good job, and that's another reason that I'm willing to go. Okay, I'm still optimistic about this, because they've had a really great track record. Like, I can't think of a Naughty Dog game where I was like, I was super disappointed by that. Then again, maybe I just don't realize it was a Naughty Dog game, but I can't think of one off the top of my head that their name was attached to that I was super disappointed by.
Well, let's find out what kind of all the games that they have made.
Let's find out.
Let us find
Speaking
out.
of Uncharted, while Chicken's looking that up, Uncharted is getting some standalone DLC in which the main character will be Chloe. I'm like halfway through 2, so Chloe better step up and be awesome, or else I'm just like not even interested. I know Oak's like, oh, but I know everything, and that's fine. But right now I can't stand her, so I'm sure it'll get better for her to justify having her own DLC.
The second one does have one of my favorite lines in it, though, and it has to do with Chloe.
I don't know if I've gotten to it yet. Is it a spoiler?
Not really. You'll just hear that when you hear the line, you'll know it. It doesn't spoil the game at all, which is the line is, a butt that pretty shouldn't be sat on.
Wow.
Wow, they have not made very many games. Their list of games, and I'm going to go back to 1985, they made Math Jam. 1985 for the
Jam.
Apple II. Ski Craze,
Precursor
Dream
for
Zone,
Space Jam, right?
Keep the
About math
Thief,
and
Rings of...
basketball.
Basically, all the way up to 1991, those games, I guess, Rings of Power, Keef the Thief, Dream Zone, Ski Craze, Math Jam, all those games. And then that's when it starts. Crash Bandicoot, 2, Warped, Team Racing, Jak and Daxter, Jak 2, 3, Jak X Combat Racing, Uncharted, 2, 3, another Jak and Daxter, Last of Us Remastered. Everybody knows every single game they have ever made, and they have not made very many.
Because Crash Bandicoot's getting a remaster set as well this year. Or, well, it'll be next year, but it was announced this weekend.
Yeah, it's like the first 3 of them or so.
Yep.
Oh,
and if they stay on this route, like, they redid their Jak and Daxter games, fantastic. They're redoing their Crash Bandicoot. Bandicoot.
That changes it completely.
Bandicoot.
But they're Crash Bandicoot games, and then basically from there all they've got is the Uncharted games. So they do not have a big list of games, but they have a list of fantastic
but none of them have
games.
been disappointments, really.
Exactly.
Well,
I think the last Jak and Daxter may not have lived up to what everybody wanted it to, but I don't think it was a bad game.
Jak X Combat Racing.
Obviously, that's like the best game in their library. I don't know what you're talking about.
Jak 3, Jak 2, and then Jak and Daxter, the precursor legacy. So.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
the
about...
Jak
Well, they did
X
that one in
Combat
about the
Racing.
same time period where they're like, oh, look, we're going to do Crash Bandicoot Racing, and...
Racing became really popular.
Yeah, like especially the kart racing shit.
Well, it's because Mario Kart's so damn popular.
I
Yeah,
think
and then
Looney
they
Tunes
went, oh,
Racing
look,
was
let's
really
do
good
Diddy
for
Kong
the
Racing. God, I hated that fucking game.
I think
I
a
know there's
trilogy
tons
for
of
Last
people
of
out there
Us
that love it, but...
would be good, but I think after that they should kind of look for a new IP after that, because they Uncharted 4 was the end of Uncharted, right? Plus the DLC.
Theoretically, it was the end of Nathan Drake's story.
Okay, and then Last of Us trilogy, and then start up something new between Last of Us Part 2 and Last of Us Part 3.
Yeah.
So, because I mean they are
That'd be
fantastic. All of their games are fantastic. Starting up something new in the same way they did with Uncharted and Last of Us, just create a new something for all of us to follow. So,
Well, I mean, they could do Uncharted and continue that one, technically, just with a different character.
Well, same
Yeah,
thing with Last of Us.
they would
You
need
could
to-
explore a lot of different stuff in that one, too.
yeah, but they need to be careful with the name, because Uncharted 5, Uncharted 6, Uncharted 7,
Uncharted
8,
27?
I
I think
think
it
No,
should
it'll
go
be
up
like
to
Halo,
Uncharted
or
6
no.
at least.
What game was... Oh, Assassin's Creed, where you just stop naming and start,
Yes.
or stop numbering and start naming them.
except try to stick in the world that they're using. Assassin's Creed is like, we're pirates now. Okay. Now we're a co-op game. Oh, okay.
Very bad co-op.
And
Now
you're
we're gonna
English
soft
thugs.
reset.
Bad.
Now we're gonna soft reset our series. Okay.
okay.
And we're gonna finish our story with a comic. Okay, dude,
Oh.
stop. Just chill out. That's
Ubisoft, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Baka mentioned the racing games, so does that mean that you're not looking forward to the Wipeout remaster?
You know, I never really got into Wipeout.
It has a lot of really cool music. Come on.
Yeah, but you have to remember who you're talking to here. Other than Mario Kart, I'm horrible at driving.
Yes,
I am
you've seen
too,
him
but
in
I
GTA.
like games that like. Things like that I could probably do. I'm really bad at driving though. Is it gonna be? No, because it's remasters of old games, so it won't be online.
Wipeout's very fast paced.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
hence
gonna,
the name.
I'm gonna be great
like,
at
it's
it. I'm gonna be
fast.
so good. I'm gonna be so good at it. You guys are just gonna get put to shame. I'm gonna best everybody's
That's fine.
times
I'll
because
just
I'm the best driver.
kick your butt with Mario Kart.
It looks really fun though. I've never played any of the other Wipeout. Like, I didn't play them when they came out and everything. I think there's one from 2012, one from 2009, and one from 2006 that's being remastered with this set. I've never played any of them, like, at all. So I have no idea what to expect, but I'm gonna try it out because the music was really good. And they were crashing things. Things exploded.
We're going to see lots of Griff crashing.
Yes, all the time.
I'm all about it.
If it can crash, Griff can crash it. Hell, if it can't crash,
Yes.
Griff will crash it.
Shut up, I hate you.
She does. It's okay.
Oh, and Knack 2 is a thing that's happening.
Can we just not talk about the fact that this is getting a sequel?
Don't ask for it, and you will receive it.
But no, it shouldn't work like
Ni no
that.
Kuni is
well,
getting
here's
a
the thing:
sequel,
is
though.
are they basing it on sales because did they forget that it basically came with everybody's PlayStation 4? I mean, like it was like, oh, get one game, and everybody's like, well, I already have this one. Let me get this one. This is an exclusive. This was your exclusive at launch. Was Knack?
Yeah.
Well, then
Yeah.
they'll just bundle it with the new PlayStations. Look, everybody, you get Knack 2. Oh my God,
Look,
why?
Knack 2 sold so well. No.
No, it didn't. Okay,
The PlayStation's dead.
if you package a game with a console, you should not be allowed to count the sales of that game. I don't think that you should.
Maybe
'cause
it'll be
a lot of people are
fantastic.
buying
Hey,
it.
now maybe they'll fix all the problems that were in the first one.
You know, like having
Everything?
a plot.
Yeah.
Like the whole game, just fix all of that. Thanks.
Re-
Well, I
Redo.
mean, the mechanics were actually not bad in the game. Mechanics were the good part of the game. The rest of it, it's just like, meh.
Whatever.
Why did you do that? You know, like the whole concept was great. And, you know, it was a fun little cute looking game, and then you play it, and then you go, what the fuck is this?
Oh my God. Baka, you mentioned one of the other games
Ni
that's
no
getting a
Kuni
sequel.
2.
I have
It's
no
an
idea what that is. What is that?
It's a
the
Japanese
sequel
RPG.
to Ni no Kuni.
Ni no Kuni.
It's
Yeah,
okay, Baka.
it's an
what?
RPG game is essentially what it
Okay.
is.
That's why I don't
But
know.
I know a
anything
lot
about
of
it. Got
people
it.
really enjoyed it, and it was pretty popular, actually. I bought it, and then I got to actually sit and play it, though. Like, I just tossed it with the rest
He's
of my
like, yes,
collection.
it's getting a sequel, and he hasn't even played it. Nice.
It looked really neat.
I
I
like
just
the little
never
ears
got
on
around
one
to
of the
playing it.
girls. They got the little ears.
The fox ears.
Yeah.
Actually, the original intention was to let my dad play it first, since he likes playing RPGs, but he never got around to getting to that one either, unfortunately.
Well, maybe the sequel will be equally as awesome as the first, and you would know had you played it.
I really like the art style of it, though.
Yeah.
And anyone who played it, I've never heard anyone say anything bad about the first one. So
Speaking of the art style, this is not in the stuff from this weekend, but we've got 2 games coming out on Tuesday. Dead Rising 4 and The Last Guardian is finally coming out. I didn't watch, like, I'm not super into that, so I wasn't like, oh my God, we need to see everything about it right now, but I did watch the trailer today for The Last Guardian. I almost said The Last of Us.
The last of our guardians.
Everything in the game looks really well rendered, but the kid that you play as is like a cel-shaded cartoon character that stands out like a sore thumb. Do you think that's gonna be weird for people?
I mean, it's already weird for me to look at in the trailer. Like, I used to be so excited about this game because
Yeah,
I
like
kept
20
like,
years
showing
ago.
it and everything. Yeah, and all through PlayStation 3, it's like, oh, it's coming. And then now it's like, actually, it's here, and it's like, what the hell happened along with the... Because it used to be that the kid matched the rest of the environment along with the bird-cat thing.
Bird dog thing. Monster.
But
It's
whatever.
a guardian. God. You guys
That
just
thing.
don't know.
The weird creature. And now looking at it, it's like, oh, look, it's here. It's finally here. And it's like, the hell happened to the child? Did y'all just like go, well, we need to cut budget somewhere, so let's slap a cartoon in it instead of rendering him?
They just ran out of steam. They're like, yeah, we're just tired of working on this. Here, there's actually the press kit that just went out this last week for it has a letter from the guy that made the game, and it basically was like, hey, this has been in development a really long time, so sorry, we went through a lot of stuff. Thanks. It's like, a lot of stuff? You went through like a decade of shit.
No shit.
Hell?
A decade. Not enough time. Needs another decade.
Yeah. That's this week. I'm looking forward to Dead Rising myself, actually. I know a lot of people aren't. They're upset that the time limit's gone and everything and whatever. But I don't care. The last one was a lot of fun, and I think this one's going to be pretty well the same on the fun level. The fun scale.
The fun level.
Is that one a multiplayer?
It's got a co-op feature, like a multiplayer area, but the whole thing is not co-op.
Damn.
They had talked about it, I think, at one time. I think people were upset about it that it wasn't. But
yeah, because it was kind of fun going around with like people in the other Dead Risings and like dressing in really bizarre outfits while they're like, well, why are you wearing that?
I just put on when I played it, I put on every outfit that I found so that I could just see what it was like, and then would run around in it for a little while. And that's a mistake. If
The
you want
Daisy
to take your
Duke outfit you had on was one of my favorites.
Oh my god.
With a little
Red and
tie
white
shirt.
checkered tied.
Yeah. And his little shorts and his aviator sunglasses. Yes, if you want to take your character seriously,
Beating people with a
do
broom.
not do that. I think there was also one where you ended up in like a go-go dress or something like that. It was super short and I think made of like vinyl. I was like, oh, this is a mistake. Sorry.
I used to just go to the in the first one the kids clothing area and just put on like really small kid clothes and run around in it.
There was a small like kids superhero costume or something like that Nick ran around in for a little while in my game. I'm serious. Every outfit got worn. You want to go over like some of the highlights from the actual Game Awards, like winners and stuff?
One of the bizarre ones was that a DLC won Best RPG.
Yeah, Best RPG category was, the winner of that one was The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine DLC.
See,
I
have
don't
a
know
problem
how
with
I
this.
feel
They've
about
done
DLC.
this before on stuff. I'm like, this game was 5 years ago, and then the DLC will come out, and somehow it wins.
I just don't
Yeah.
feel like DLC should be up for a category. Like, if you're an extension to a game, and people, like, one of the arguments that I think Red might have thrown out, it might have been him that said that, was that the World of Warcraft expansion was also up for it. Well, here's the thing. There's a difference between DLC, which is an add-on, to an expansion, which is a complete addition, which sounds really, really similar, I realize, but I think it's level of content that you're adding. DLC is gonna
I
be...
agree, but here's the thing. I think they need to have a subcategory for something like this. You got the best RPG, whatever, but you need to have a subcategory of best game add-on, and then that would qualify for World of Warcraft. It would qualify for so World of Warcraft's new one will be up for it. Whatever, like everybody will have a choice and option that's in there versus this, because it takes away from new games. Because if I look at the awards, the winning on this, it's like, okay, well, I already own The Witcher 3 and I bought it 2 years ago. Why in the world am I going to get it now? You know, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think they really need to look at adding a subcategory somewhere of best game add-on. Because there are going to be good add-ons. Because I would even say, the add-on for Destiny, the one, not this past one, the one before that, where it actually completed the game and made it look good. You know, the original game
the rest of the game that we should have gotten in the first place.
the game we should have gotten, like that should have been up for add-on, but it's not an option. You know,
no, so they just put it in the category with everything else, and it's like, but it's not. Oh, whatever. It doesn't make sense.
But it also might help some of these add-ons to be better.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, because it's like, oh, I can win an award at this and then remarket my shit. Okay,
that'll definitely give you a little boost in numbers.
Well, Game of the Year was not a shock. It was Overwatch. Congratulations, Blizzard. You knocked it out of the park with Overwatch. I was not expecting your first-person shooter to be that good. And it was fabulous.
Yeah, Game of the Year, Overwatch.
It also got Best Game Direction. It won Best Esports Game. And I think there's another one. Oh, yeah, Best Multiplayer Game. Yeah, good job.
I agree on all that.
Overwatch is a fantastic game, and they're still putting so much into it. We've gotten 2 new heroes, we've gotten a new map, and a whole new
Well,
arcade
if you think
mode.
about it, okay, Activision and Blizzard, so they just beat out the other half of the company for Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Wow,
well, Call of
that's
Duty's not
ridiculous.
even on the list. Like, it
For best
wasn't up for
multiplayer?
anything. Or, I don't know, was it on the list for best multiplayer?
I don't know. I don't have a link to where all the awards and
I don't
the
either. I just have
runner-ups are.
Red's list of all the winners.
I mean, I would
couldn't find
assume
the-
that it would be up for best multiplayer, but to be fair, they did not.
Maybe not.
Basically, Blizzard Activision was like, all right, Activision, you better get your shit together or we're going to break us apart, okay? You need us more than we need you at this point.
Okay. Let me state this now in case anybody's listening to this.
Hopefully
You're
people
about to
are.
re-release on freaking mobile games. You're about to release another set of Pokemon to come out for your mobile games. That needs to be an add-on. You can't win it 2 years in a row.
Oh, for Pokemon Go?
For freaking absorb shit. Yeah, I mean, everybody goes crazy
I do
about
think
this.
that category is weird because it's best mobile and handheld, which means all of your DS games had to go up against all of your phone games.
It's
That's
weird.
weird.
Yeah, that
I
should
do
be
think
2
that's
different
weird.
ones.
I agree. I feel
Yes.
like it should.
But do you think
again,
it's because
I
there's
kinda
not
wonder-
much of a handheld market?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is I wonder if they're combining because there wasn't enough to flesh out the category.
Maybe so. Because, I mean, Vita's shit. So,
Yeah.
You got Nintendo and that's it.
Pokemon Go also won for best family game.
That is very odd.
actually it's not.
I mean,
Because
you're gonna play it together, I guess.
I saw a lot of families that were going out and they would take their kids with them or whatever, and their kids would be out there playing and all that type of stuff. So I kind of understand that whole family game thing, but that needs to be. I feel like there needs to be
Another
some
category?
subcategories put here. It's like I understand it being there, but
Yeah.
it's just weird.
Best narrative was
I don't know.
Uncharted, Uncharted 4, and I think they won something else. I'm trying to look through the list, but the font is small.
I don't think they won anything
Well,
else.
do
I
you
think it
agree
was
most
just-
anticipated game is The Legend of Zelda Breath of Wild?
If it is as good as it looks, yes, because good God, they have taken all of the Zeldas that you've known and just basically jumped the cliff and went with something entirely different. Huge open world, gorgeous Legend of Zelda game. And if the Nintendo Switch has the kind of power that we're expecting, it's going to be able to run it and look that damn good.
Yeah,
Sounds
I think
fantastic.
that's pretty accurate. I feel like that is definitely at the top of the list for most anticipated.
Well, we know it'll be able to run it because it was originally supposed to run on the Wii.
Yeah, so, I mean, assuming it's more powerful than the Wii U, it's going to look fantastic.
Right.
Just don't let it turn out to be another Last Guardian where they're like, well, it wasn't ready yet. It wasn't ready yet. And like another console in will finally get it.
Oh man, being able to like take your Switch, take it off, and go and walk somewhere and play the Legend of Zelda one. Oh man, that'd be so good.
We'll see how it goes.
Probably only be able to play it for a few hours where it's like, hey, you need to charge me.
Yeah, we gotta definitely
We gotta
see what the battery life
gonna
is on
be.
that. Next month we get to see the details on the Switch.
Awesome.
Boogie is won the trending gamer. If you've not seen Boogie stuff, it's on YouTube. He's good. I
He's
like
an
Boogie a
interesting
lot.
guy.
Yeah, Boogie's a fun dude. He beat out Danny O'Dwyer, which would have been my second runner-up for that, but I'm kind of glad that Boogie got it. Danny's not new to gaming, but this is his first year outside of GameSpot. So I think he's got plenty of time to wow us with a bunch of other stuff. His no-clip show is doing great. He's got a Patreon and all that junk. So, I mean, I say junk. It's good junk. So go check him out if you haven't. But, yeah, congratulations to Boogie on that one. Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that happened at the Game Awards. And we
yeah.
could be here for like 3 hours talking about it. Because it's a 3-hour long show.
Well, there is two things that I'd like to talk to you. First of all, the Telltale game that they announced, Guardian of the Galaxy. Somebody
Yeah, which
called
we got
it
like little to nothing.
Somebody called it last week or the week before when they were talking about who's the Marvel's going to get a game from Telltale. So whoever said Guardian of the Galaxy was right.
I think that was actually you.
I think we all agreed that that's what it was
yeah,
gonna be.
well, it was definitely the right choice. That's going to be a good game. And big news that it completely threw me off for the Telltale Walking Dead Season 3. They are releasing 2 episodes to start with instead of 1.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Weird. It's weird for Telltale.
They're like, all right,
It just
cool.
means that there's going to be 6 months in between before you get episode 3.
Well, no, if they follow the right path and they want to release the disc on February 7th, then you'll get 3 of them on there. Or hell, they release all 5 before February 7th and you get the whole game. which I highly doubt.
that'd be
Oh
great.
man, Telltale, if you could get your shit together like that, the
That'd be
next Borderlands
fantastic.
game would be just great.
They would sell
There better
copies
be
like
a
that
next
like
Borderlands
hotcakes.
game, or I will murder somebody.
Well, they would have to wait a while until they can find a gap to put a game into.
Wolf Among Us.
Make one,
Wolf Among Us.
motherfucker.
Wolf Among Us could definitely use a sequel.
Yep. That better get a
We need
sequel.
a second group of that. That'd be fantastic.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Anything else, guys?
No, are you dying? Do you need to go take more drugs? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it
No, we're
seems to be
good.
most of the important stuff. Well, other than the Nolan North on stage talking about this strike.
Yeah, he won best narrative or best something for Uncharted.
Yes.
And one of the, like, when he talked about things, or when he went to go do his acceptance speech, he mentioned that performance does matter, but the devs also matter and things like that. And people immediately thought that he was being negative towards the voice actor strike, and that's not the case. Basically, he had to go back and clarify because it just didn't come across the way he wanted it to. But what he was trying to point out was that the devs have just as many problems as the voice actors do. The problem is the devs don't have a union to go on strike with, whereas the voice actors do. And everybody in that industry is important together. They all have to work together, and not everybody's getting a fair deal.
So he's being respectful to everyone instead of just
Yes.
picking one side or the other.
Yes. Well, and that's
which-
the thing is the internet has decided that it is voice actors versus devs in this ongoing argument, and that's not how it is. It's voice actors and devs together against publishers and big money companies like that, and it's not them fighting amongst themselves. And I think that that's what he was trying to put a spotlight on, is they're in just as much trouble as the voice actors are. It's just that they don't have a group to unionize together and stand united against it. So there was that. So take that as you will. Nolan North's a really good dude, and I don't think he would ever speak out against his industry. So
No,
That's
I
it.
don't
Yep.
see him doing it either way.
Yeah, but other than that, I think that was all the important, cool stuff this week.
Yep, Chick and I are going to go record some Gears of War. So if you guys are not watching that, you should be, because that Let's Play is crazy fun.
Yeah, if you want to see me have a backpack on, come watch.
Oh, whatever, you went down twice in a row, and I made sure that we were watching your side of it this time.
Yeah. Talk it up. Your death count is higher than mine.
If you ever want to know what our personal life is like, just watch those videos, and that's us.
Mm-hmm.
That's us right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Actually,
don't
yeah,
hide
it pretty much
nothing.
is.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
That it?
That it.
Yeah, I was
Alright,
waiting for Sticky
go for it,
McSixpants to
Sneezy.
go
We
for the
appreciate everybody
wrap-up.
each and every week that hangs out with us at Infinite Respawn. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at InfiniteResPC. You can find me personally at MDBOaktree. Check out Griff.
At Griff Slynam.
Check out Chicken.
At Elite Chicken 313.
And, of course, check out Baka.
At Baka Pickle.
You can go on to our Twitch site, which is twitch.tv/Infinite Respawn PC. Go on there. Hang out with us. Hopefully, once Comcast gets their shit together and we can finally get some streaming done again. Also, make sure you go on to YouTube and check out those Let's Plays that Griff was just talking about, as well as our shows here, the video version of our show. And our new show that we've got going on, which is Side Questing.
Yeah,
Which
we'll
if
be
you are a
recording
WoW
that tonight.
fan, which I know a lot of you are that's out there, I mean, think of all the people that play WoW, then you need to go on there, and it'll be Griff, Chicken, Baka, and of course Red every once in a while.
So fun.
And they'll be on talking about WoW stuff. So
Talking Horde and Alliance tonight.
Oh God, have mercy,
Yep.
Lord, the world.
Gonna get
And
this gonna
exciting
be
news
good.
of what happened last night.
Everybody bring your popcorn.
So definitely make sure that you check that heated argument out. And for the rest of you, for Infinite Respawn, I'm Oaktree.
I'm Griff.
I'm Chicken.
I'm Baka.
See ya.
Bye.
Please hang up and try again.